Welcome to another edition of the 30 to 1 MLB Countdown Previews brought to you by JohnPielli.com and the Pass Ball Show. We've done this for the past 12 years. This is the first time we've done it in a video type of version. For those of you who don't know, I play around a little bit with the over-unders as they're brought out there. I figure out how much more or how much less wins I think a team will have based off of their offseason, their gains, their losses, and just a lot of other elements that I try to factor in. And then I rank them from 1 to 30, 1 being the best or the team that I think will have the most wins, and 30 being the worst, the team that I feel like will have the least amount of wins. Right now I'm talking about the Boston Red Sox, the team that's won the World Series championship 9 times in 1903, 1912, 15, 16, 18, and of course 2004, 2007, 2013, and 2018. They've also lost the World Series in 1946, 1967, 1975, 1986. What's weird about it, 5 straight World Series, 5-0 from 1903 to 1918, 0-4 from 46 to 86, and now they've won 4 more in a row from 2004 to 2018. I look at the Red Sox and there's a lot that could be said about them. You're looking at a team that finished last year 78-84, last place in a very competitive division in the American League East. They very easily could have finished 4th or could have been in a running for the playoffs. A lot of exits, mostly Xander Bogaerts. Not a popular decision made by the Red Sox to not match the offer or not outbid the San Diego Padres for Bogaerts' services, but they decided to keep and retain their star player, and that's Rafael Devers, over the course of the next, decade plus. He's going to be a member of the Boston Red Sox. So in addition to Bogaerts, they also lost J.D. Martinez, Matt Barnes, Michael Wacha, Nathan Eovaldi, Matt Strahm, some other players, Rich Hill, Jeter Downs, Eric Hosmer, Tommy Pham, Austin Davis. And then they added Corey Kluber, Kenley Jansen, Justin Turner, Chris Martin, Joely Rodriguez, Richard Blyer, Alberto Mondesi, and Masataka Yoshida, along with Adam Duvall. So they ended up kind of doing something I saw similar to the 2012 offseason going into 2013. They didn't go out there and make the huge splash, per se. They let some high-priced players go then and brought in some very good role players, Shane Victorino, Mike Napoli, guys like that ended up inspiring the Red Sox and providing some good leadership. Now, is this a team I think can win the World Series? Well, they're going to need a lot to go right. Trevor Story, a player they invested in, they signed as a free agent 2 off seasons ago, is going to be out for a considerable period of time. He's not going to be able to help them offensively. They're going to look at guys like Yoshida and Duvall and Turner and expect probably a lot out of them offensively. Tristan Casas, I think, is ready to be their regular first baseman and one of the core pieces that they should look to build around. Alex Verdugo's coming off of a bad season last year. I think they're certainly going to need more from him if they're going to look to do some damage in the postseason. Now, I guess one of the questions could be, you got a team that finished last place in the AL East. What am I don't know. I'm not saying I'm really high. I'm not predicting that they're going to win the World Series. I'm not even predicting that they're going to make the playoffs. But if I have them ranked 13 out of the 30 teams when I'm ranking them from 1 to 30, that means that's the first team out. So 12 teams are going to make the postseason, 6 in each league. And the first team I have missing out on the postseason is the Boston Red Sox. So why would I believe in that? I think their starting rotation, their starting pitching will be a little bit better than some people think. I think Chris Sale is ready. I think Chris Sale is ready to have the closest thing you could have to a Chris Sale type of season. Obviously, the Tommy John surgery, him being out, missing so much time due to injury over the last couple seasons. If you're a Red Sox fan, you're going to say, hey, I'll believe it when I see it. I think if Sale is pitching at a high level, the Red Sox are going to be in good shape. Corey Kluber, Cy Young Award winner in his own right, comes over. I think he's ready. makes 30 starts. Him and Sell at the top of the rotation look pretty good. Nick Pivetta, Garrett Whitlock, Brian Bello, amongst others. James Paxton is coming off of an injury himself, likely to start the season on the IL. But you put those guys together, and I think they can get some stability, something that they've been lacking overall in regards to their starting rotation over the past couple seasons. Now, one of their priorities was to make their bullpen better, and I believe they did that. Adding Kenley Jansen, obviously a longtime Dodger closer, was with the Braves last year. Chris Martin's had some very good seasons as a middle reliever. Joely Rodriguez, who I believe with the Mets last year was up and down, but I thought was very good towards the second half of the season going into the postseason. Richard Blyer comes over in a flop with the Miami Marlins in exchange for Matt Barnes. Ryan Brazer's still there. Tanner Houck. I think there's still some speculation within the organization whether it's best to use him as a reliever or as a starter. He's got a live enough arm that he could certainly be a benefit and an asset to the Red Sox in any place that they decide to use him. When it comes to the Red Sox offense, listen, from a lineup perspective, they could go any one of a number of different ways. Casas is going to be playing first. I think Christian Arroyo and Kike Hernandez probably start the season as a double play combination. Maybe a little bit of Mondesi. At some point, you're hoping to get Trevor Story back, a little bit of middle of the order presence. Certainly beefs that lineup up a little bit. They're going to need some out of Duvall, a little bit out of Justin Turner. Verdugo's got to bounce back. Rafael Devers is obviously the star of that team, his squad now. And I think they can, on a day in and day out basis, score enough runs with the guys that they have. You look at Jarrett Duran, who you just got to try to find a spot for him. I think it's up to him to really earn any sort of everyday regular playing time. I like Rob Refsnyder. He is kind of a journeyman player, can play a bunch of different positions. Doesn't really play any of them well defensively or extremely well, but is a very good bench piece to have. Nico Goodrum comes over on a minor league deal. He's got a chance to make the team. Jorge Alfaro has a chance to be maybe a backup catcher or an extra catcher if they need to on a minor league deal. I really like Daniel Palka. Now, I get to see him last year with the Mets organization, played a lot of minor league games, played in the major leagues with the White Sox a handful of seasons ago. If he could get any regular at-bats, let's say Justin Turner's out for a little bit of time, maybe he's playing a little corner infield or something like that, a little first base, you get Palka's bat in there. I think that's going to be able to help the Red Sox, maybe give him a little added depth if he doesn't start the season with the major league team, maybe down the road. Looking at the minor league, no real top prospects outside of Casas, who I expect to be on the major league team. Marcelo Mayer was taken in the 2021 first round, fourth pick overall. It's probably a couple seasons away. Mickey Romero, first round draft pick from last year, is an infielder. They took with the 24th overall pick last year. Nick York, a second baseman from the 2020 draft, 17th overall. All guys that, hey, if you're going to see some minor league games for Red Sox this year, it's probably worth taking a look at. I don't see any of them being in the major leagues at any point soon, maybe within the next couple of years. But listen, I like the Red Sox. I think a key with the American League East is going to be how two teams do. And you may think I'm saying Red Sox, but I'm not here. I think the division is going to be determined by how good are the Rays and how good are the Baltimore Orioles. And my belief is that both of those teams take a little bit of a step back this past season, which benefits the Red Sox. Of course, it benefits the Blue Jays and the Yankees, who I really think are going to be number 1 and 2 in that division. So I think the Red Sox finish the season 84 and 78, third place in the AL East division. Maybe they can make a move or two at the trading deadline to do something to put them over the top, maybe get into the playoffs as a wild card team. But I got them out, first team out. If you like anything you've seen here, 30 to 1 MLB Countdown Previews, JohnPielli.com, Past Ball Show. You can catch my program on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, of course, videos on YouTube. God bless you, and as always, I'll see you on the other side.